JB over here making us laugh because it is time for Tuesday Morning Quarterback. Every Tuesday, CBS News special correspondent and host of the NFL Today, James Brown, brings us his top stories of the week.
And we have him right here.
He's right here.
Sports guy, JB.
And you're laughing at me because I asked you guys, please tell me who we're talking about. Okay?
Because you have been on like a whirlwind schedule. You were in Kansas City.
After a 14-hour odyssey to get there.
And how cold was it?
Envy you.
How cold was it, JB?
Yeah.
Real cold.
I look like a frozen black licorice stick is what I look like out there.
You do. Look, Boomer's got like an old lady blanket on.
Well, you know what? He was getting texts and tweets because people thought he was Elton John, you know, or that he was wearing his wife's glasses, you know. So, yeah.
But I'm just thinking, I'm looking at you holding that microphone because that is all metal. Like, people don't know how cold that thing gets. It doesn't matter how thick your gloves are. You feel it.
And you guys have been there doing a remote out there in the cold, and the gloves didn't work because I couldn't move the script around. I was trying to look, you know, at this point, there's no such thing as handsome or cute associated with me at all. But I thought the teeny weeny afro would keep my head warm. No shot. I did change by halftime.
So what is hot is this upcoming Super Bowl, the San Francisco 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs. Let's talk about the Chiefs first. You were in Kansas City for their first big win. What makes this team so special?
As Anne-Marie and I talk about, I try to keep it big picture. That Kansas City offense, their team is the equivalent of a gold medal Olympic track team. They've got speed everywhere. They're playing well. The defense has improved, but make no mistake about it, it all centers around Patrick Mahomes. I love my producer Alvin Patrick's word, preternatural. This guy is gifted, and his enthusiasm is infectious with the rest of the team. And he's only 24 years of age, but he fires everyone up. He's gifted.
They're hungry, right? It's been a long time since they've been to the Super Bowl, so they're hungrier than the 49ers, who they're playing.
Speaking of which, you talk about a long time, it's been 50 years.
Right.
And the Kansas City fans have been waiting, obviously, a long time. They were in Super Bowl I, which they lost. They won Super Bowl IV, but it's been that period of time since. They've had some outstanding, iconic players in all of that time. But you know what? It just shows how hard it is to get back there. You don't take that for granted. Andy Reid, the coach, is one that everybody in America is pulling for. Perhaps the most decorated coach in the league who has never won a Super Bowl. He's been there one time before as Miss Philadelphia, what probably know in terms of interest there. But you know what? He gets another shot at it, and people are pulling for him.
Let me just, I usually throw out a historical nugget. You mentioned the last time the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl. One of the most colorful coaches in NFL history, Hank Stram.
Absolutely. Let's matriculate the ball down the field.
Matriculate the ball down the field, which is, he's had all these like weird sayings.
Right.
How could you fellas miss, every single one of you miss that call? You know?
He talked about having a player play for him, Vlad and Anne-Marie, back in the day, who was way overweight, and people were saying you ought to get him in shape. He says, no, I'll get him in shape on the field because when he runs, he's like a runaway manhole cover, and he knocks people out of the way. That was Hank Stram.
Love it.
So what about the 49ers? How do you see them?
Gifted. And you know what, Anne-Marie, I continue to trumpet the fact that I don't know of any prognosticator who had them any higher than 20th coming into the season. They are the deepest, the best, the most talented team. Defensively, they've got athletes who are big, who are strong, who are fast, and relentless, and they harassed Aaron Rodgers, the Hall of Famer to be last weekend. These guys are tough.
All right. JB, before we wrap this up, I want to talk to you about something off the field. The NFL is having some difficulties, some issues with diversifying its head coaching ranks. Right now, there are only 4 minority head coaches out of 32 teams, and this is a league where 70% of the athletes, the players, are minorities. So what are the underlying issues there? Help people understand.
You would think that football is the ultimate meritocracy, especially with what the players do on the field. You'd like to see that also in the upper reaches of the organization, not unlike here in society in general, arts and media, whatever, that women, you know, the age, they bring gifts to the table. Here's the best way I'm going to deal with it, because we all know what the issues have been, and it's been repeated. 2003 was when the Rooney Rule was instituted by Dan Rooney of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right move to take, but teams are abusing it, and you can't legislate love, but talent comes in all sizes.
All right, JB, thank you very much. Always good to have you. Thank you, JB.
Sounds good.